What is up, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here, and this is episode 227. 227 episodes of this fucking place. And joining me today, I have Renee.
What's going on, guys?
I got Alex.
Hey.
And I got Freddie.
What's up, bitches?
Yay! We got everybody here except for Brian. Brian's not here, of course. But
Cheers.
yeah, cheers.
Wait,
Word.
technically Monday, right? It comes.
Well, yeah, it comes out Monday, but you know, we're recording on Friday, so it makes sense. It's only right. Yeah. So what's been going on, you guys? Like, it's been a while. Franny, you haven't been around for a bit. So what's going on, dude?
Migraines.
Yay, head pains.
Migraines. And I had my first migraine hangover. I did not know that was a thing. So that was fun. That was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Let me see. A while back when COVID, well, in February, there we go. In February, I made a bet with one of my besties about how long COVID was going to last. And I said, all year. I won. And yesterday, he finally brought me my winnings, which was a 12-pack of Sam Adams Oktoberfest and the Deadpool talking head.
Nice.
So I'm not going to display him because I actually want to make like my first like open box kind of thing. Yeah, an unboxing. I don't even know what they're called. But yeah, I want to do one of those because like
you know when you take it out of the box, what is that called?
Ooh.
Popping a cherry?
It's called many things. It's called phrasing.
Yeah.
It's called deflowering.
Also, I finished Unsolved Mysteries season 2.
Nice.
In like one sitting.
How is that? Because like I've been thinking about watching it. I just haven't had the urge to actually watch it.
It's really good. It had me like feeling to watch more unsolved, murder mystery things. It left me fiending and jonesing for more. So it was good. Okay. It was good.
Sweet.
Let me see what else. Oh, Tremors. You know the sandworms.
Fuck yeah.
There is a new one that dropped on Netflix as well.
The 16th one.
7. It is 7. And it is called no,
they're still doing this.
It's like
that's what it's called.
Shutter Island.
Okay.
Or Shrieker. It's called Shrieker Island. And it actually, all right, no real spoilers, but I am gonna say, just so you could be prepared, because I wasn't, and it kind of caught me off guard. This is the last one.
Allegedly.
This is if it continues, it's not going to be as coherent as the entire series, because the entire series really kept honoring its story and its interesting characters. Everything linked together. Everything was coherent in the story plot and in the evolution of this world.
The worms, right?
Yeah, the world of the cinematic universe of the worms and the dirt and the sand and the snow and the. So this was
Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually looks like a man. I was like, what? I was like, holy shit! I was like,
I didn't recognize him. He's the one that's like shooting on the main Netflix picture, right?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was
cowboy
him.
hat or some shit. Yeah, like that's what I was like. That's what caught my eye. Like, I think he's still alive doing movies.
And apparently, he grew up and he looks like a man.
Why you guys gotta make fun of me, gosh?
Huh?
Why you guys gotta make fun of me, gosh?
Vote for Pedro. No, so
it's your food, Tina.
It was great. I actually had to Google to see how old he was. He's 50.
Jesus
like he's
Christ,
fucking
really?
old. I was like,
holy crap.
What? Wait. No, I think he's 40 and Jamie Kennedy is 50. I'm sorry. I was after watching Shrieker Island and finding out that it was the last one. I started Googling the shit out of it and like going back and like finding out.
Jamie Kennedy in this one too? Because I know he wasn't in like the last one before this one.
He wasn't in it, and that made me really sad because he should have been. Because he plays Bert's son.
He was a son, yeah.
Yeah, and they had really great chemistry in the last two movies before this one. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but I feel like it just didn't feel. It didn't feel complete without him, even though they tell you where he is, and I'm hoping that, I hope it is over, but if they continue it with Jamie.
Right.
But I think it'd be really weird.
Could this just be kind of like a standalone?
Yeah. Well, they kind of hint at the last two movies before this one that Jamie Kennedy wanted to learn from the character Bert Gummery, which was the last remaining main character from the first movie, who became a monster hunter.
Right.
Yeah, and so he wanted his dad to train him. So in the second movie, he's kind of like, hey, pass on your legacy to me, such and such. So I was really shocked to see that he was not in this one. He apparently got arrested because he tried to go to Mexico with shrooms on him. And that was the reason they gave that he was not there.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair reason.
But I don't want to give anything away. It is really good, of course. It stands up to all the other 6. And
you've seen all 6?
Yeah.
All 7?
I've seen all 6, and now I own them.
I think I saw the first 2. I want to see the first 2. Wow.
So I just got this today after watching the last one. I was like, I have to get this. Because once I heard what they did to Charlie Brown, what Apple TV did to the Charlie Brown Christmas, I was like, I should get all my favorite movies now before they start monopolizing my movies. And I have to pay them to watch them. And I got it for only like $23. So that was great.
That's not bad.
And it is a great series, especially for a B-rated driven horror movie.
Yeah, it's funny because it was originally not necessarily B-rated. It's all the sequels that pretty much came out that were B-rated.
Well, I always felt the first one was, because I saw the first one on like cable.
Yeah,
and
but the reason I said that is because it was like a mainstream release, and then everything else was pretty much straight to DVD. Because the first one had like Kevin Bacon in it and a bunch of like big stars in it.
I saw the first one in the theater.
In digging into the dark hole of the interwebs, trying to like backtrack on the series, I found out that like in 2009, so like totally late with this info, they were working on a Tremors TV show for the Sci-Fi Channel with Kevin Bacon coming back. And with Bert, who is like my favorite character, honestly. That's why I kept watching these movies.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Sci-Fi decided to like dead the project, and no one knows why. And the two rumors around are they couldn't afford the budget for the worms, which I don't know. And then the other one was that they couldn't afford Kevin Bacon's fee for being on the show. So
that makes sense for back then.
Right. Apparently the show, it was supposed to, I guess, like interweave with the one that just came out.
Okay.
But that is now in limbo, and no one really got an explanation as to why it was. So I really don't know, on that note, if it's going to continue. But I own it now.
Yeah.
And I feel movies like this should not be watched in Blu-ray because the monsters look terrible. You need it in the low resolution DVD to actually enjoy it. Some movies should not be upgraded.
Give it to me in standard definition. Right.
In their grittiness, so you could enjoy it. Let me see. So there's that. So if you guys haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It's really good. It's so good. It might make you want to backtrack as well.
The only one from the series that I'm not a big fan of is the one it goes pretty much like a prequel or whatever. Like it goes like back in time and shit like that.
Oh,
like the olden days. Yeah. I think it was like the third or the fourth one.
It is the fourth one, I believe. Wait, I got it right in front of me.
Yeah.
it is the fourth one. It is the fourth one.
That's the only one that I was
back in time.
Yeah, they kind of show that Bert is kind of like cursed. That's why he's still continuously wrapped in this drama with these worms, and they kind of poke at that idea in this last one. Like he's like, "Oh fuck my my leg, like fuck what was it?" When she was like, "You can't run away from your legacy" or something like that, you know? And he's the only last man standing who knows, you know, and his son is now in prison. And in this one, okay, I'm totally like giving away spoilers now, but in this one, he actually leaves and stays on a little island because he got tired of the fucking government. So he literally is living like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
That makes sense.
And he's so happy. So they go and they pull him out of there to come and fight the fucking worms again. And the entire movie, he's kind of bitching about how his legacy is garbage. And I feel like that is a reference to number 4 that goes all the way back to the Wild West, showing like how these worms were before and like how they ended up hibernated and left alone for so long by the end of it. So it was interesting. I'm not really crazy about that one either. But
it's the only one that I just didn't really care for. Like I enjoy them, but that one is like, wasn't really necessary. But I get it. Whatever.
Right. Ginger Snaps. You guys ever seen Ginger Snaps? That's a great werewolf horror movie. They have 3 movies. The first one is really good. The second one I loved a lot. I don't understand why it's so like underrated. Right. And the third one, they did the same thing. They went all the way back in time of like the Salem like witch trials, and they had the 2 sisters and showing how they have also been cursed and like reincarnated to deal with this vampire bullshit. Werewolf bullshit. So I kind of feel like that was a trend at the time. You know, like they thought it was cute to be like, because that's the only other movie that I know that did that. That went so far into a prequel that, you know.
Okay.
Like,
okay. What? That makes sense. Yeah.
And what else? Trying to get ready for Halloween, even though Halloween is like pretty much dead. And like Rite Aid is selling like these amazing balloons for like $6. So I got one for me, which is Bones right here, and I got my niece a giant bat. So cute. Nice. Of course, it has like the big googly eyes. You know, it's perfect for a 5-year-old. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go buy the rest of them because they're fucking cute. And I'm gonna just like line them up in my room.
Sweet. Oh yeah.
Also, I watched The Poltergeist for the first time in a decade. It's been a while. I forgot how terrifying it was. It still gave me goosebumps. I was like, "Holy shit! Are you serious? Yeah. How is this still doing this to me?" And
that was one of my top movies for our horror episode that we did a couple weeks ago.
Episode.
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed that one, but I was dying from my brain eating itself. That's what I assume migraines are. Like my brain is eating itself. That's what it feels like. But yeah, so I was finishing it up earlier today, and I didn't know that it was rated PG. At least on Netflix, it says PG, and I was like, what the fuck? This is not
I think
PG.
it was one of the last ones that snuck in on the PG before they changed the rules.
Yeah, because they changed the rules like I think it was right after this one that they came out that they started doing.
Yeah, whenever, because Indiana Jones and whatever was the first PG-13 one, so or the last PG movie. But anyway, yeah.
So I didn't know that. So that's it. That's all I got.
Sweet, awesome. So Renee, what's good, dude?
So much. I'm doing pretty good. Everything's going actually very well. Finally, after most of the year being just chaos, I drove down to Fort Lauderdale to take care of some business and came back. That's like a 500-mile round trip. That was fun. And then the car started not working, which was not fun. And I took care of that. And the kitten, Scout, I had to take Scout to the vet, and thankfully she's all healthy and good. There's nothing wrong with her, which is something I was actually really worried about because with my luck this year, she would have like cat cancer or some shit.
Right. Yeah.
But she's fine. And yeah, just been chilling. I finished watching the Boys because the season finale, and Lovecraft Country, which were both really, really good this year.
Yeah.
I think Lovecraft Country, I mean, we might talk about it later on a different show, maybe another bonus or whatever. But I think Lovecraft Country is this year's Watchmen unless anything else comes out that's like better. But yeah, like both shows are really good. The boys this season, they improved so much on something that was already really, really good.
Absolutely.
And they kind of just like really outdid themselves, especially like Amazon. I think this is probably Amazon's best show now. At least from what I've seen. I mean, I'm not going to say I've seen everything that they have, but even like the dramatic stuff, this is like probably the best thing they got going. They took a really unfilmable concept and fucking made it into this great TV show. And the second season's really good. First season's awesome too, but the second season's fucking even better. And Lovecraft Country, Lovecraft Country, we could talk about it for like an hour, hours and hours and hours. It's a really good show. Definitely worth checking out. So worth checking out. Season finale was a little compared to the whole show, but it's a fitting ending to a great show. Definitely worth checking out. What else did I watch? Bunch of hard shit. Randomly watching The Thing, In the Mouth of Madness. What else did I watch lately? I think that's it. Oh, I was playing Star Wars Squadrons and I finished it, and the game's really good. Nice. It's just super. The campaign's really good, but it's really short. And I messed around with the multiplayer with the fleet battle thing, and it's good. It's fun. But I hadn't really messed around with too much. And yeah.
Sweet. Awesome.
Trying to think if there's anything else. No, I'm just like really happy that the cats are all healthy, and especially the little one, because the little one's awesome. And I'm just so happy she's healthy.
Good.
And that's it.
Sweet, man.
And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Alex, what's good, man?
Well, let's see. When it comes to like things right now, I started watching a new cartoon series that's on HBO Max, but since I don't have HBO Max, Stakes of Fire. So yeah, I started watching Close Enough.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's from the.
What is that about?
Show.
Okay.
Yeah, and dude, that cartoon is great. Like, I'm like maybe like 3-4 episodes in, but they're 2 episodes per, like 2 episodes per episode, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, just like the regular show was, you would give you two mini episodes in a half hour or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, and that has been like really good. The missus is still on this fucking horror kick, so she's been watching miscellaneous things, getting herself scared silly, and I'm laughing my ass off. Right.
Okay.
And then when it comes to work, the other day they had like an employee meeting, and sometimes they give recognition, and I actually got recognition from my boss's boss.
Okay.
And I was like kind of shocked because like when I heard my name, they shouted my name first, and he goes, he said my full government, and then he goes, my comic buddy, right? We talk about comics and Pokemon and stuff. I was like, oh my god, fucking my boss's boss shouted me out. I was like, that's nice for the recognition, but where's the raise?
Where's my money?
Yeah, like the whole thing is like, it's nice to get like, like thanks for the hard work or whatever the hell.
Right.
But, it's just like, a little monetary, something. I'm just saying,
Well, yeah, that's always needed.
Yeah.
Be like, prove to me that I matter, damn it. Make it rain.
Yeah. I'm essential. Pay me as if I am essential.
Right? It's as empty as saying, I love you, but you never show it. It's like one of those.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Thank you. Like, oh, you're welcome. Whatever. No, listen, no matter what, I've always been one of those individuals that, that when it comes to work, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I go above and beyond when necessary. I'm not gonna burn myself out if I don't have to. So
Right.
yeah. So the only like minor grievance that I had was that since they're having what they, we talked about this before, that this is around the season where our company does what they call a site certification.
Mm-hmm.
And because of which now my boss is like trying to like she made me like clear out my workspace, because when you're at work or whatever, you try to personalize the area where you normally sit at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, since it's
You're
not
not
work
supposed to
professional,
personalize it.
whatever,
Yeah.
all my like geeky trinkets or whatever that I had in my area had to come with me back home.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just found it like, first it started off, I think we talked about it a while ago, that I had to take my Justice League calendar because apparently Wonder Woman isn't work appropriate.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, strong female, a strong female presence or whatever is too much for the workplace.
The
Yeah,
workplace
absolutely.
was intimidated by those sexy Amazon legs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't see it in that kind of way or whatever, but others do.
Right, of course.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so like I was just kind of annoyed by that, because I'm just like, the whole thing of, when it comes to like your workspace, you want to feel comfortable at work, man. You know what I mean? So now, apparently, like, because of that, I just kind of took it as like, like, now you're taking away the little bit of joy of work, where I could have like, a little space to call my little zen, my little zen area that's gone now, because they want to make it more work appropriate. So it's like, oh my god, whatever. But yeah, but other than that,
It's okay.
yeah,
that's bullshit.
It is.
That is awful. It really is.
Yeah,
It is. But
it's
something that I have to deal with also, because I work for the same company.
Right.
It's something that kind of you have to fit the mold in a way.
Yeah, and
right.
Everyone they want.
I get it, but it's still fucking
bullshit.
It's bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the thing is this, and I can tell, like, Steve can vouch for this. In the past, I've gotten complaints about like certain things that I wear, like I normally, when it comes to like my geek shirts or whatever, I wear wristbands. I have gotten word before that they, like, maybe I shouldn't wear the wristbands, but I still do. Because I
still think it's hilarious
I've
that they complain about the wristbands.
I've actually stated to the higher ups, like, what is this hindering me from doing work or whatever? I have not gotten any complaints from anybody when it comes to things that I've worn. Like, I'm not wearing something that's like,
like, do you want these people to get sweat on their meal?
And it's like, seriously, if you're looking that hard at my wristband, but they offend you, then you're the one with the problem, because you should be working.
Yeah.
Not checking me out.
Yeah, unless you're giving me that raise, a wink.
Then you could look all day.
I don't think you want that raise.
Yeah, like, pay for my labor. But other than that, the one cool thing was this. My coworker, my boy Marlon, the one I put on, that I told him about the show and everything like that, fellow geek. Mm-hmm. He surprised me with a gift the other day, which I was just like, wow, what a fucking great friend. Now I got to look out back for him. So he got me a game for the Switch.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he got
me. Nice. What game?
Super Mario 3D All Stars. So it's a new game. So it's
fancy.
Not like it's new to the Switch, but so it's the three like the first three 3D Mario games, which is Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy.
Nice.
So I never got to play Galaxy.
Neither have I. But the funny thing is that I put on this game, and for whatever reason, I gravitated towards 64 because I was just like, fuck it, let me play this. I forgot how like janky the controls are versus now with newer games.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I'm playing this game and I'm just like, I'm getting frustrated at myself, like, god damn it. It's like, like, I know I don't suck, but it's just like versus now with controls.
I don't suck, but I'm not good.
Right?
Yeah, like, so playing
I don't suck. It's just this game. This game is
the controls
is stupid.
The controls for this game, like, when it comes to Mario 64, like, like you really like wow, like because playing Mario Odyssey and then playing with those controls are fucking like oh man, smooth as fucking butter, and then you play Mario 64, it's like smooth as hummus.
I went through the same. I went through the same thing when I played Conquer, the remastered Conquer game. That was also for Nintendo 64 for my Xbox.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. How was I able to like control this?
No, and back then we had no problem with it because at the time that like the controllers,
because we didn't know any better.
Yeah, but then but, like with such advancements that like if you flick the controller a certain way or whatever, it does a certain attack. You know what I mean? Like so, everything is like the controller's now like super sensitive.
Yeah,
like that. So like if you press the trigger a certain way, or if you press the analog whatever certain way, that it'll do certain actions. With this one, if you hit it a certain way, it just kind of like it kind of throws it off a little bit. So it's just like transitioning a 64 game to a Switch does not work too well.
Yeah, no.
But you have to downgrade your remote control skills.
yeah. Like I gotta think 90s,
Pretty much.
But yeah, it was fun as fuck, dude. So yeah,
that's awesome, man.
And then was it today the release of the new Hatebreed single?
Hell yeah, that shit is dope.
Yeah, I like it. The only thing it was like since it's a short track because it's the intro, is the first track for the upcoming album.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when it comes to Hatebreed, you already know, dude, that like it's gonna be like a short song for the first thing, and then they'll then they go into the
most
album.
of their songs are pretty short anyway. They aren't more than like 3 to 4 minutes.
True, but this one like was pretty short, but I was happy, like it wasn't bad. Like I was like I had my head rocking for a second,
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new album in November.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
Yeah, so now for upcoming things or whatever, which is surprising. So next week I make 5 years being married.
Yay!
What makes me laugh is that the day that it falls on the exact same fucking day that I got married. So
nice. Well,
so, I got married on a Friday. This coming the 30th or whatever falls on a fucking Friday.
Nice.
So yeah, so
that's fun.
I'm going away for I just have to. So I'm since it's a milestone, right? I'm going away for the week. So Friday and then the following week.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to disappear.
You gonna have some fun?
Well, I'm gonna try to just like you already know, like a while back I left the city and it was necessary, and
absolutely
coming back and with all the BS when it comes to work and all the miscellaneous things, I just like I want to go back on vacation.
Yeah, I definitely feel on that.
Yeah, look at that. I say vacation, and you got so relaxed vacation mode.
I know, for real. Seriously.
Nah, I already know, dude. Like you waking up early for work and all that, so it's just like, oh yeah, man. Especially on a Friday too. It's just like I got the hit. The Fridays hit me hard.
Just a little bit, and it is kind of late too. So like,
yeah, I know. It's like how hard did the Fridays hit you? Fucking New Jack, like you're getting mass transit.
Yeah, word.
The guy hit hard, just leaking
word.
So yeah, so that's pretty much it. What about you, brother? What you been up to?
Man. Well, last week we didn't have a regular episode because I wasn't in town. I went up the coast, up the Gulf Coast to Pensacola, which is about 8 hours from here, and I went up there with my Bearded Villains chapter. And
so you went up the dick of Florida to the fucking shaft. I got
you. Yeah. Exactly. It was fun. It was a good time. It was a good time.
I remember messaging you just to make sure everything was all right. And you just sending wonderful messages saying like you're enjoying yourself. I'm just like, I'm glad, dude, because I know like that you bust your ass at work. Full time papa and all that stuff. So it's just
absolutely. It's fun to get away. It's just like you got away. Like I was able to get away for a bit, get away from from Tampa itself. and go experience a bit of a new town because I've never been that far up in Florida. We actually drove by
you've been already there for what, like more than 5 years already, right?
6 years.
Yeah, so
6 years, especially because like now for today, is actually Harley's 6th birthday. So yeah, yeah. So
you got me emotional, bitch. Yay.
yeah, yay.
No,
But
but I'm glad. So how she's
yeah,
doing all right?
yeah, she's doing good. She's doing good. I got to
Nice.
speak to her earlier, and she's super fucking happy and shit. I'm gonna have her in the next couple of weeks, so that's exciting.
Yeah,
But
spoil the fuck out of her that day when you get her.
oh, of course, of course, of course. But yeah, driving up all the way up the east coast, the west coast of Florida is pretty fun. Um, it feels like a different place because of course down here it was like in the 80s, 90s. Up there was like the 60s, 70s for the most part.
Oh yeah, well, remember anything like the lower the head of Florida, the tip of the dick of Florida, whatever is always
It's the
hot.
hottest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because remember when I went to Disney years back, I was just like, how's it this time of year? Whatever, I'm sweating, I'm in ball suits.
Yeah, pretty much. But
with your weird
also,
bugs.
yeah, yeah. But it was pretty cool up there. It felt good. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm dying of cold, but it felt good. It felt good, like and it felt like a different place. It didn't feel like the Tampa area that I'm in. It felt totally different, and that's what I kind of enjoyed about it. It was fun to be up there. It's also like on the border of I think it's Alabama, so like 15 minutes in one way, it's right next to it. It's going to Alabama, and then going 15 minutes the other way, you're going to Alabama too. So like you're basically surrounded by it. So it's right on the border of it. But it was pretty interesting because there's a lot of that shit out there, and it was cool. It was cool. We actually passed by the state capital, Tallahassee.
Yeah,
which was pretty cool. I've never been up there, of course, because why should I ever go up there? But one of the highlights of it, of course, was actually interacting with everybody there, actually going to the beach, out there. It's a totally different experience than the beach out here. Hanging out there, and then actually not just that, but I was actually able to make a podcast out there. I did a little bit of works for the show, and I got to interview a bunch of the dudes out there while we're at the beach. And that episode is actually now up for you guys to listen to, so you guys can go check that out after you listen to this one. It was a pretty cool conversation with a bunch of dudes there, and then went to a bunch of cool places. Not really a bunch of cool places, but like places to eat that were pretty damn good. There was one.
Did you get your former fat man on?
Yeah, I did. Went to this place called Peg Leg Pete's. That was pretty damn good. Good seafood spot. I like it. Had
It's
some.
kind of funny how you say that, and what comes to mind is the old, fucking Mickey Mouse Pete. When they went before, when you couldn't tell if he was a cat or a dog, whatever.
Oh yeah. No, but Peg Leg Pete was pretty cool. It was a cool spot. Like, of course, there of the bearded villains that were there was like a good 25 of us that actually went to the restaurant. So we had like a whole.
So you went deep.
Yeah, we went deep.
I can see right now, like you coming in or whatever. It's like, I think they're a gang.
We had to. You could think. Some people would think. Some people were probably thinking that because, of course, all of us there are bearded dudes wearing pretty much, for the most part, most of us were wearing black. So yeah, that's what it is.
I can see right now, whatever. Like I think they're bikers.
yeah, and then you look into the parking lot. Where are the bikes? No, there's no bikes anywhere nearby.
I think they ate it.
They're like Transformers.
Oh my god! No, it's like a cartoon, and then the bikes come.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No, but it was cool. It was really fun. It was really cool to hang out with a bunch of dudes up there, and
And like you said, to
yeah,
get away from the norm, like to do
that's
something different
exactly
is always it's
exactly.
always a good thing, especially if you have fun.
Yeah, yeah, actually, exactly. Like I had a good time. It was good to talk to a bunch of the brothers and see how they experience everything out there. It was really cool. It was really
Yeah,
really
because
cool.
like I said, when I got the messages from you or whatever, and then you sent like a couple of pictures, I was just like, he looks like he's at ease. I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah, I had a fun time. It was really cool. Went to a bar out there, which was pretty cool. It was a cool little like hole in the wall bar, and they had like a live band playing there both nights that we went.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. The first night was like nothing but like really old people, like really old people. But
It was like this isn't Miami. This isn't Orlando.
dude, there were people that were like at least like in their 60s in there, and I was like, eek. Like,
I think
dude, you need to be
I
out
can
at
tell
the
you
bar
what
right
it
now.
is, dude. That those are the people that are thinking of moving to Florida. That they're just like, I'm gonna check out the Florida
Yeah,
life to see if it's worth it.
yeah, yeah. And plus, like, everybody wanted to drink too, so it was fair to say that they had a fun time. uh, yeah, and then the second night was actually more, I guess, more youthful because it was full of pretty much all ages. Like they were, of course, people our age, a little bit younger, a little bit older, and it's a very diverse group as well because there were a lot of Hispanics there, and a few black people, a few white people. But besides that, it was fucking fun. It was a really cool place to be. I enjoyed it, and like I said, I got to pretty much have a good time with a bunch of people that I've never really encountered with other than just through like our group chats that we have.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was really cool. And like I said, I got to interview them, and that bonus round is up on the InnerCityGeeks.net. So go check that shit out.
Now, my question to you uh, is there any plans for like to do this again sometime in the near future?
To take a trip up to Pensacola.
Well, no, I'm talking about like with your group or whatever. Like another, like, is there going to be another trip coming up sometime in the near future for you guys?
Not to my knowledge. I think the next summit that we're having, because that's what the event was called. Technically, it was the unofficial summit this
Okay.
week that we went to, because they had originally been canceled because of COVID, but then they opened up everything again. They were like, and then a bunch of us already still had plans to go. They were like, yeah, let's just do it anyway, and we did. But the next summit is actually next year around this time again, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be in the same place. It's going to be in Pensacola again, and I think they're going to be doing the original plan, which was to do what is it, a beach cleanup. So basically, cleaning up the beach, to getting all the shit off the beach and shit.
Well, the beach is a giant toilet anyway, so you're gonna have a long time of work. So I'm just letting you know in advance.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's cool, man. It's all about being there for the community and taking care of what we can take care of.
Somewhere, Don Cheetos is right now just giving you a thumbs up.
Yay, Cheetos!
Yeah, go Planet.
Hell yeah! But yeah, it was cool. It was cool to spend time with them and have fun out there. It was a lot
I'm
of
glad
cool
to hear
shit that
that, man.
happened. Yeah. So a couple things that I've been actually been watching is some cool things. I got to finish the boys like Renee spoke about also earlier. That shit was fucking good. But also I got to I started watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, and that
Is
show
that the continuation from the house or whatever?
yeah, it's not necessarily a continuation
Or whatever, like for the same, the like
right.
season 2, like is it kind of like American Horror Story style,
It's
whatever?
kind of yeah. It kind of goes along that route. It is a haunting of a house,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily think that it's a continuation from what I've seen so far. Like I think there's like one or two characters that not necessarily cross over, but are actors in the other one that will act in this one too.
Okay.
But
yeah, because I know that was one that Jennifer was watching last season. She really got into the first season, and then she started watching this one. And then she would ask me to join to watch her, and I would just grab my phone and play games.
Yeah, it's actually a quite fun show. I am enjoying it. I'm, of course, like, why should I be enjoying or finding fun in something that's like full of horror? Because I just love the fucking horror shit. But
horror's fun, so
yeah. But
how far are you into it?
I finally got to see a movie from your recommendation.
Okay, what was
it? The Banana Splits movie.
Oh, wasn't that a cool movie?
Dude, it's like good cheesy.
Yeah, that's what I loved about it. It's cheesy as fuck, but it's so fun.
What is? Sorry, I missed
the Banana
everything.
Splits movie.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Do you remember?
Like, I know what a banana split is, but
do you remember the cartoon, the Banana Splits, with the band, the cartoon?
Bananas in pajamas? That's the only banana.
No.
Banana Splits was a show
this is
from
beyond your.
It's okay. It's an old man thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I need to go educate myself on.
Yeah,
this.
you never.
Got it.
You just go on YouTube and search for Sid and Marty Krofft, and you'll see all these it's kind of like Sesame Street but on acid, like for real.
Yeah,
like for real, like on LSD, trippy stuff.
Like Meet the
People? It's fucking hilarious, but it's actually really trippy.
Yeah,
but like more family friendly, but family friendly. But it's really good. It's actually, I think it came out around the same time as Sesame Street because it's from the 70s. It's actually really funny, but it's trippy. It's really crazy.
Yeah, but the movie's actually the complete opposite because it takes place. It's kind of like the show is still going on because it's like a live action show with the animatronic puppets and shit that are like human sized puppets. But what happens is that there's a glitch in the puppets or whatever, and they start killing everybody.
Oh, like Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah.
So how many episodes are you Bly?
But no real jump scares. It was just more like really cheesy deaths that are funny as fuck. Dude, the way that I don't want to spoil it, but the way that they killed the dude with the co-host of the show.
Mm-hmm. That they rammed the thing. That is
the lollipop. They killed him with a big lollipop.
They shoved the lollipop down his throat.
Yeah, and it's like it's so stupid but fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this streaming?
If you have Fire Stick, I'm pretty sure you find it on the Fire Stick, and it may be on other stuff. So I'm not exactly sure where it could be.
I know they had it on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, the Banana Splits movie. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They had it on Sci-Fi for a while, and actually, wasn't that when it came out that Sci-Fi was pushing the hell out of it?
Yeah, I think so. It came out last year.
Yeah. So finally watching that, and I was just like. Because it was just like one day, because after Jennifer was watching random like horror stuff, whatever, I was just like, I want to pick something I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Steve mentioned this. I put it to start. I never got past like 5 minutes because she was just like, I want to watch something else. Fine. So then so finally I got to watch it, and I was just like, that's not bad. Not good.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's not.
I say, I'm glad I watched it. It was like it made me chuckle.
Yeah, that's what I enjoyed about it. The fact that like it doesn't take itself seriously.
Dude, there was one other death, like I said, without spoiling it or whatever. After the guy proposed to his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Oh my god! And what led up to the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I said, without spoiling it, like I said, it's just like it's so out there, but it's fucking like it's fucking hilarious.
Completely. That's what I loved about it. It was so good.
And what I thought was funny was that it kind of like there may be a number 2. Who knows? I don't know. Like, you know, like that's how it felt like.
Yeah, for real. That's why I'm hoping that they do a second part to it. Yeah. But who knows? But the other thing,
thank you for like you kept mentioning it before to me. Like, yo, did you finally get to watch it? Not yet. When the fuck are you gonna watch it? It's like eventually.
I found it. It is streaming on Hulu.
Oh, really? Now I think I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
And Vudu, you could rent it for $2.99, and you could also rent it on Amazon Prime.
Sweet.
So I will be watching it for free on Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Later tonight, because it sounds like something I would enjoy.
It's a fun flick. It's not
like Steve said. Don't take it serious. Just
It sounds like a slasher movie.
Yeah. It kind of in a slasher movie has like shitty acting, like nothing's like.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! Speaking of shitty acting, the father that was trying to get his daughter to be the producer.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, his acting was fucking terrible, but
yeah,
it made it like
Yeah. It's good bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's like so bad it's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Napoleon Dynamite like that good,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite, I had to be extremely high for it. Could not get through that sober. Movie. No, no.
You heard? Napoleon Dynamite is like my favorite terrible movie.
Oh my god.
That's fair. And then the last thing that I pretty much watched that was actually worth speaking about was Hellstrom on Hulu. Based on the comic books. And it's not bad. It's not great. I'm probably like about 4 or 5 episodes in. And it's pretty cool. It's not like it's one of the last shows that are basically coming out of Marvel TV. So that's after Marvel's TV was pretty much broken apart for Marvel Studios. This was the last one that was in production, so they finally put it out. And I'm about like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I'm like, it's not bad. The only thing about it, of course, it does take place within the Marvel Universe, but the fact that there is no Marvel Universe real backing behind it, it's just like they're in limbo. But if you
do they mention other characters at least?
From what I've seen so far, no, they haven't mentioned any characters right now.
Okay.
But what the cool thing about it is that it's kind of like it still falls within like the supernatural type thing, and it's kind of like Lucifer in a way, with the demons and the demon hunter and all this shit that happens throughout the story. That's kind of interesting, but it's like, is it necessary? Not really, but it's still fun to watch. It's not a bad show. Acting is not bad. Special effects aren't that bad, and it's pretty cool. It's worth to watch if you have like nothing else to watch.
If there's nothing else on to watch.
Right? Yeah. If you have nothing else to watch, you can go for it.
Watch Tremors first, because that's worth.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know what that reminded me of, Steve?
What?
About a movie that isn't that good, but you end up still watching it. And at least for me, and I found myself asking myself while watching it, why am I still here watching this? Why? Watch it to the end. Adam Sandler's new Netflix movie that has to do with Halloween.
The UB Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween or something like that.
UB Halloween.
Yeah, I literally felt brain cells dying as I was watching that movie.
Really?
Like, I was like, and me and my whole family got stuck watching it saying, why are we still here? Why haven't we left or turned it off? And it was literally like a car accident. You just could not turn away. The only thing I enjoyed from that movie was Steve Buscemi. And Rob Schneider. That was it.
That's fair.
Everything else was very cringe, and like here's my question. Why does he always, well, not always, but frequently play a slow person?
Because they're easy to play.
Right, that's what my mom said. My mom was like, because you don't have to act.
Yeah.
Well, to
which
me,
is sad because I know Adam Sandler can act.
Yeah.
So it's like, why can't you at least pretend to be yourself then? Why do you need to like dumb down your IQ? You know, not everyone could be Forrest Gump. I'm sorry. Like, you know,
Well, I didn't
You
take
just-
it like Forrest Gump. I took it as he played a different version of Bobby Boucher.
yeah, exactly. Which I found absolutely annoying and not funny. I found it not funny at all. And I wanted to like the character because the whole like premise of the movie had potential. It was pretty, you know, it was pretty decent. The whole like this guy wanted to keep his community safe, and like he was related to a lady who got burned trying to stand up for the women that were getting burnt alive because they were called witches, and because she stood up for, you know, for them, she got burned as a witch. So now he's like a scaredy cat, but he still wants to protect everyone on Halloween. Like all of that was good, but I feel like he ruined it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I like
that's what
the one thing that I love was I was like, fuck that. I want his thermos. His fucking
and his thermos
his fucking bat belt thermos.
Yeah, his bat thermos was cool. It had everything except the compass. You know, the twist with Buscemi and Rob Schneider was fucking great. But him
that was
being
hilarious.
him being Bobby Boucher against like brother, just totally. I literally felt like my IQ dropping, but I couldn't look away. So that you talking about that gave me terrible flashbacks of that trauma. So I wanted to share it with you.
Okay.
But I will say that it made.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Go ahead. It's worth watching that car crash. It's totally, you know. But heads up, you're gonna lose some IQ. Okay, you've been warned.
I've lost plenty.
By the
end, you're gonna be drooling.
You
had no more left to spare.
But like I said, I say this movie truly makes up for fucking Jack and Jill.
Okay.
All right.
Have you ever seen Jack and Jill?
Oh yeah.
No. The poster alone. The poster alone disgusted me.
I love Adam Sandler, but that is the one movie that I'm just like, don't do it to yourself. If you love Adam Sandler, you can just pass Jack and Jill.
Okay. All right. So, I guess we can do the ranker list right now because I have a ranker list set up. So, let's do it. So this week on the ranker list, doing something that we haven't done before. And the one that I'm going with is the most unforgettable 80s cartoon. So these are cartoons that you could have watched in the 80s. Not all of them are technically in the 80s. There's a few of them that aren't from the 80s. But for the most part, you've seen them all during the 80s on the televisions. And they're all cartoons. So yeah. Let's start with Alex.
Dude, there's a lot. But if you want to really get into it, I'll mention my favorite of all time.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, that is number 4 on the list.
Cowabunga.
Very good. Cowabunga, dude. Franny, what you got?
The real Ghostbusters.
Ooh, that's a really good one, but that is not in the top 10.
And what's funny is I love that. I have that whole box set.
Yeah,
and
that is actually number 19.
Okay.
Yeah. 19 is number 19. 80s.
Yeah, basically. Renee, what's your next one?
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, American Heroes. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. That's number 9.
Yeah.
Good
Number,
pick. Good pick.
yeah. Always love G.I. Joe. Alex, what's your next one?
The next one is gonna be Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah. That is number 6. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Franny, what you got?
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Alvin and the Chipmunks is a great one because I used to watch the fuck out of that.
And I know that they were around for a long time. So
That cartoon originally came out in the 60s or 50s or 60s, and then
the
they did a
originals,
reboot
yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah. So the original, the one that we're talking about, Alvin and the Chipmunks, is not in the top 10, but it's actually number 19. So number 18. So you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say you already had a 19.
everything. I already call it. Everything I'm gonna pick is down below.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Age gap.
Yeah. Yeah. Renee, what you got?
Transformers.
Ooh, Transformers is number 1.
Good call. Good call.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good job. Good job. Alex, what you got next?
Thundercats.
Thundercats is number 2.
So Renee got the poop and I got the piss.
Hell yeah. Franny, what you got?
DuckTales.
DuckTales. Ooh, that is number 7.
Fuck, it's finally in the top 10. Hell yeah.
Finally.
Finally. So we're gonna go one more. We're gonna go one more round. Alex, what you got?
I'm gonna mention one of my random favorites, and I don't think he's gonna be in the top 10, but The Adventures of the Gummy Bears.
Oh yeah.
I used to love that. I have the first season.
That is not in the top 10.
Jumping here and there and everywhere.
That is actually number 21.
Oh, it is legally enough to drink. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I know that gummy berry juice or whatever is alcohol.
Yeah, pretty much. Franny, what you got? What's your next one?
Can I drop 2?
No,
This
just
is
one.
the last one? Oh, okay. Which one was I gonna drop? My all-time favorite, personally, and I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. The Muppet Babies.
Ooh, Muppet Babies was awesome, but I think that was in the 90s. Yeah, I think that was. Oh no, actually no, that was in 84, and that was actually number 22.
Oh,
84?
right under you.
Yeah, that was 84, and that was
right
number
under
20.
Alex's choice. Yay!
You know what's funny? I still remember how they were introduced.
How were they introduced?
In the movie.
They were introduced with the one of the Muppet movies.
Yeah.
Really?
And then
I don't remember that.
Because of the popularity, when they had that flashback, they were like, "Let's make a cartoon of that."
Okay.
Was it the only time I remember seeing the Muppet Babies in one of the Muppet movies was the Jim Henson Christmas special, where Sesame Street and the Muppets all ended up together in Fozzie Bear's mom's house. They find old footage, and that was the first time I ever saw the Muppet Babies, and then I saw the cartoon.
I believe it was Muppets Take Manhattan that they introduced that flashback.
I gotta watch that again. Yeah, I
gotta watch that again.
And Renee, what is your last choice?
Smurfs.
Smurfs is number 8. Good job.
Good call, dude. That was actually.
It's one of my.
That was actually like an honorable mention.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys did a really good job with this shit. Like this is a really good list. So I'm gonna start with number 15. Okay. So we'll break it down. I have number 15 is Garfield and Friends. Number
no idea what that is.
Garfield and Friends.
Oh, Garfield.
That lasted a long time.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else.
No,
I was like, I don't know who, what. Yeah,
so,
I remember that.
the next one is a questionable one because it's something that actually came out in the 60s, but they still aired it on TV, and that's the Bugs Bunny show. Number 14. Number 13 is something that was right on the cusp of 89, so not even close to being in the 90s. Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
Oh, that was my honorable mention. That was gonna be my second
That's one of my favorites. I still watch it now because it's on Disney Plus, so you can watch that.
My favorite is the Coca-Cola, the orange soda Coke.
Oh my
Remember that one?
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Come along, you belong. Feel
number-
the fizz, the Coca-Cola.
Number 12.
It's better than any
Number
Cola.
12, we have The Simpsons at number 12.
Mm.
Another thing that wound up in syndication that was on TV for a very long time. The Jetsons is number 11.
The Jetsons.
Yeah. Number 10, one of my favorites and still a cartoon that I've always fucking loved. Came out in 1983. Was Inspector Gadget.
I remember Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go
Inspector
Gadget
Gadget.
Arms.
I used to watch that before like school every morning, trying to eat my breakfast that I wasn't hungry for.
Oh my god, I can see right now. I'll get you next time, Steve.
Number 9. Number 9, we have G.I. Joe. Number 8, we have Smurfs. Number 7, we have DuckTales. Number 6, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Number 5, it's a show that came out in the 40s, but of course, like I said, it was in syndication, so you got to see a shit ton of it.
Papa?
In the 80s. Was Tom and Jerry.
Oh.
Yes. Number 4, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Number 3, another show that was completely in syndication, and it's still technically in syndication now, and they've come out with new shit for them. Looney Tunes. Number 2, Thundercats, and number 1, Transformers.
Looney Tunes. I honestly thought Looney Tunes came out in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, they've had many iterations of it, and the fact that they just keep putting shit out for it, it's like it kind of blends in seamlessly in a way. So yeah, there were a lot of episodes that came out of from the 40s.
I was thinking of one cartoon that maybe you can tell me if it is on the list. Silverhawks.
No.
Wow.
That is not on the list.
I
know that that's actually one of the shows that I was looking for.
It was Thundercats, Silverhawks, and I forgot the other one. It was the one with the sharks. So they had 3 different types of things. And this one, the one with the sharks or whatever it was a mix that people were like mixed between sea life and regular people.
Oh, I remember the toys. I remember the toys. There were sharks with legs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, like I can see people going like she sharks. No, not fucking she sharks. No.
What about what was it? Was it Felix the cat? It was like Helix the cat. That cat that lived in the junkyard.
Oh yeah.
Tomcat.
Yeah, Tomcat.
Was it
Tomcat? Yeah.
Tomcat.
Yeah.
Was it Tomcat?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you talking about Heathcliff?
Heathcliff.
Wow. Heathcliff, and then you had I forgot the name of that gang, because I know you're talking about. He was
the bootleg Garfield.
Yeah. No, he was the thug. He was the ghetto Garfield. He did not have a home. He had a junkyard and a gang.
Also, a little known fact: Heathcliff, that was the last official voice of Mel Blanc before he retired.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
And then when he got sick with I think it was throat cancer or whatever, that he had to stop, doing that. Like, so that's how come they didn't continue with it.
Okay.
Fucking cancer.
Yeah, I know.
Motherfucker. Yeah, so that's the regular for this week. That was a good one. No garbage on this list.
Yeah, this list was not garbage. This is a really good list.
Yeah. Really good.
Even though my numbers were low, I was still on the list.
Yeah, you were still on the list, exactly. So that leads us to the mid song of the week, and this week, a band that I'm a huge fan of. I've been a fan of theirs since like a bazillion years ago. The band I'm talking about is Seven Dust. They came out with an album today, and it's pretty damn good. And the song that I'm going to be playing from the album is "Dying to Live." It's a great song from a great band. So check it the fuck out because it's fucking good, man. And we'll be right back.
We're cold, immune to be abused. Whatever price you pay, they take away the only thing that matters now. Every little thing we want, inside a piece of us. All that we care, boy, am I dying to love. With all that we have to face, keep dying to love. Why do we believe this time around we found our soul? You better make your peace with death and take what's left. I'll see you on the other side. I know every little thing we want inside a piece of us. All that we care, why am I dying to love? With all that we have to face, keep dying to love. Every little thing we lose rips out a piece of me. Rips out a piece of me. Every little thing we want rips out a piece of us. With all that we give, why am I dying to live? Every little thing we want rips out a piece of us. With all that we give, why am I dying to live? With all that we have to face, keep dying to live. Dying to live.
Yay, musics. It's such a good song. I'm glad that Seven Dust is still putting out shit after so fucking long. And they still got that solid sound. So I guess that leads us into some geek shit for the week. And this week we got some pretty interesting shit. The first thing that was kind of interesting to me is something that a lot of people are very very skeptical about because of course it's one of those things I like, why would they do this? But we got word that Jared Leto, who played the Joker in Suicide Squad, will be reprising his role in Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut. And is it really necessary? I don't necessarily think it's really necessary that they're gonna be putting this into the Justice League Snyder cut, but the only thing that I'm kind of excited for is the possibilities that they could be um, going over the death of one of the Robins, which is it's a huge possibility that they could do that because they kind of touched on that in I think it was in was it in Justice League that they actually had
Yes.
costume. So yeah,
Yeah,
having
they it was one of the costumes, and they had like the ha 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 whatever
right,
written
yeah,
all over it.
right. So it would be cool if they actually do like a flashback of that happening, so that way we kind of see Joker being a badass in a way, and not being just like a meth head looking dude. But it would be kind of cool to see it. Like I'm kind of excited to see that if they do that. But besides that, I'm not really excited for it.
Especially after what's his name's Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. Like it's kind of like
Yeah.
why you don't really need Joker in Justice League more. It's just dumb. Like it really it's the whole. I personally think the whole idea of the Snyder Cut is pretty dumb at this point. But to like add Joker to it, unless it's like just a flashback, like something really quick that's like 2 seconds long or whatever, fine. But if it's like a whole fucking scene, then that's just kind of like a slap in the face to the other
Right.
Joker, and
Right,
it's just
and
unnecessary.
yeah,
I think the whole Snyder Cut is unnecessary. Like I mean, if you're gonna do it, cool, but the spectacle that it's become and the whole fucking like movement in the DC like fandom is just really silly to me. So, I mean, I get it. Go watch a shitty movie, but it's like you can't make a shitty movie like less shitty, no matter how much you add to it. So
right.
yeah.
And I'm
Like,
gonna
I
piggyback
don't.
right off of that statement and be like, I have the same thought process. It first of all, I think it's blasphemy to get a redo on a movie that already sucked. Like that
Yeah.
should not be done. No, this is not film school. You don't like send it in, get a failing grade, and they go, you know what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. No, this is fucking Hollywood, and I really think just because it has become like this spectacle, I'm worried that it's going to become a trend and it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. I'm sorry. You're supposed to put out your 100% masterpiece when it goes out to the theater because we're dropping money on it. Okay.
Did we talk about this?
Huh?
Did we talk? Did I talk about this on here? Because I know I had this conversation.
No,
like,
I don't. No, you weren't on that
not
episode.
with this girl.
All right, so yeah, like with the Snyder Cut, right? Hold on, wait, let me just finish my thought really quick. The Snyder Cut thing, it's so fucked up because I wasn't aware of it because last year I was working, right? So like all of last year I was busting my ass either driving or looking for a job or working. So I didn't see any of this, like because it started last year, so I wasn't aware of what was going on. And then I read out into it and I saw what it was, and I was like, wow, this is really getting stupid and really out of hand. It's a slap in the face to people who worked on the first movie. It's fucked up because they even admit that the special effects in the theatrical version suck. That's a really huge fuck you to the people that worked on that theatrical cut. And that's just one example of the shit that they're doing with this. Also getting the stars involved in a director's cut is really fucked up too. And like Franny said, like it's the big part of what the big part of it is what Franny alluded to and said that like it sets a really bad precedent because like you can't like making a shitty like people are like if it wasn't for COVID they would try to release this in the theaters, and it's like you'd be paying for a shittier version of a shitty movie to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, like if you like it, cool, go see it. But the way things are now with fandom and shit, it's become this huge spectacle, and I'm like, wow, this is such a bad idea. And watch, like if it sucks, the fans are gonna say, oh, it's critic proof. And I mean, it's gonna suck. I can't see them improving on it. That movie, I mean, it's okay. Like Batman vs Superman's better, and that's a shitty movie too. So it's like it's a low bar to fucking it's already like at a low bar. But yeah, that was my whole rant about it because I wasn't sure if we had talked about it.
Yeah. No, we didn't get to talk about it before. So, Franny, what you got?
No, yeah, it's stupid. Like you can't turn shit into gold. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean Disney also hasn't learned that lesson yet.
Yeah.
I think they have though. I think Disney a little bit more because they chilled out with the Star Wars shit like really fast.
I don't know.
Like they slowed down the Star Wars stuff. See,
They
if Marvel was
apparently
DC,
Mulan and Lion King, like they're not doing so well. They're not doing so well. So but like back to the whole like the director's cut and like this whole like being able to go back and fix like even masterpieces. Like I thought it was absolute blasphemy to take the original Star Wars and put crappy CGI into places where it was not needed. Like I feel like in general that should not be allowed. Because like even in college, unless you beg and drop to your knees for your professor to get a redo on a final, because that's what that is. You're paying money for a fucking it's the final masterpiece. Okay? Like you should not get a redo. Just eat the fact that you put out garbage and let's move forward. And I find it like very like sad and pathetic and like super needy that they're doing this. And the fact that now they're adding like before it started off really like, oh, they're gonna put the scenes that were edited out that's what messed up the movie and you're gonna see the truth. But now they're adding
they're pretty much redoing the entire thing.
They're trying to do rewrites to a movie that already came out. And to me, that's just really embarrassing. It's unprofessional. And I'm just really worried that it's going to become trendy. And movies as we know it, you're going to find better shit on YouTube made by content creators that care about what they're putting out, because Hollywood itself has no idea what the fuck they're doing.
No, we have TV. The TV shows have been the ones that have like really kind of like.
I don't know. I really don't watch. Like, I mean, I stream, you know, and like most of them are like originals or shows from Canada. You know, like I haven't seen anything like on Fox or on ABC. You know, like that are new. That's
all technically. That's all the streaming.
What I'm saying is, I have no point of reference for TV. Like I don't know. So, but that's kind of what I feel. I feel like Hollywood is just gonna lose their masses, and they're gonna end up destroying film, and they're gonna need a purge, which I've said a long time ago. It's time to purge Hollywood.
Pretty much. Alex, you got anything to add to this?
Well, what I got to say is that Snyder had to bow out because of a personal issue. So he couldn't finish what he wanted to do. And then Whedon took over. So that wasn't Snyder's movie.
Right.
So for him to kind of do it over or to do what he wanted to do, I want to see what the difference is. You know what I mean? Because I'll say this. I like Justice League. I didn't love it.
Right.
But to see what the original vision was, I'm kind of down for it.
That's kind of where I am on it.
I think where Frank's coming from, because if you want to really do it over or whatever, then hey, why don't we have Sam Raimi go over, do the Spider-Mans over again, and we're not. That
would be something I would be on board for. How about we do what Spider-Man 3 was supposed to fucking be from the beginning? That's going to turn into like a crazy redo fest.
But
sorry, Alex. I feel like I got excited. You said Spider-Man Raimi, and I lost my mind.
Yeah. So we're all pretty much on the same boat. Like, why are they redoing it? Are we gonna watch it? Yeah, I might watch it, but it's gonna be it's whatever. Like I'm excited for it, but not really. Especially with the Leto shit. Like, is it necessary?
Yeah, he was very cringy. He showed a form of Joker that no one wanted to see.
Yeah, and the fact that, like I said, he looked like a legit meth head or whatever that like was famous for nothing because he didn't show anything that he did that was like, oh my god, he's the biggest
Right.
badass.
He did. There was nothing that he did that screamed Joker at me at all. If anything, he actually reminded me of like one of his lackeys.
Yeah.
You know, like he wasn't Joker. He was one of Joker's lackeys.
He was very henchman. Yes.
Yeah. So,
but it's whatever. We'll see what comes out of it. We'll see.
I think I would feel a lot more like on board with my curiosity for it if it was like how they used to do, where the DVD director's cut came out, and if you felt like getting it, you can go get it. Yeah. You know, but turning it into like this whole big thing, yeah, I do bet if COVID was in here, they would redo it in the movie theater, and I just feel like it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, absolutely, slippery. Definitely slippery. Some other shit that came out this week that's something that I'm pretty excited for. I've been a fan of the Uncharted series for quite a while, since like the first game. And the fact that we heard that Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, will be playing Nathan Drake in the live action version of this. We finally got the first look of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty fucking cool. I'm excited to see what this is gonna be like. And he kind of looks like fucking Nathan Drake. It looks exactly what you would expect from the fucking video game on the screen. I'm kind of excited to see what they're gonna do with this because, of course, you know, I've been a fan of the show. I've been a fan of the game. So see,
he just looks like he still looks kind of young, but he looks good.
Yeah,
he looks like Nathan.
Yeah, and what it could be also is that like if they're planning on making this into a whole franchise, he could start out with this one and then build into something else as he gets older. You build into other things so that way you don't have like old ass fucking Harrison Ford doing a movie again.
You know, when I saw that picture, the first thing I thought of was, bye-bye, Indiana Jones. Like this is going to be this generation's Indiana Jones. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for this. And I really, really hope that they go in that great direction that the first three Indiana Jones movies went. You know, like I want them to be that epic, that memorable, that like, you know, because I've only played and beaten the first Uncharted, and I loved it. So I'm really stoked for this. And we know that this boy can act because in that freaking Netflix movie, The Devil's Here or something like that, he was phenomenal. So I don't have to worry about watching this movie and thinking that I'm seeing Peter Parker the whole time. Like I know for a fact that he's going to embody this character 100%. You know, and I'm going to end up, you know, with wet pantaloons. You know, so I can't wait to see this. Super stoked.
I'm pretty stoked for this shit too. Like I'm pretty stoked for it. Like I want to see it. Especially now that he kind of fits the character. Yay, sneezing. Yeah. So Nathan Drake by Tom Holland. That's pretty dope. Sneeze again. Jesus Christ. One thing that I'm kind of excited for, but not excited for, but kind of weirded out at the same time, is the fact that the Rugrats. You know, we've seen the Rugrats for ages, and Nickelodeon's doing a bit of a reboot of it, and they're going the CGI or the CG animated versions of things, and they decided to do a CGI Rugrats. You know, I don't know why they would do that. So we know what the regular Rugrats look like. You know, they look cool. So we see what they look like here.
And the writing was also very great because they had this really great this really great like smoothness to their writing, where you were able to see what was going on in the adult's life and the children's life, you know. And for me, no other cartoon really has tried to pull that off, where you get the background of what the parents are going through. And sometimes some of the stories, the kids and the parents are both going through some type of problem, some turmoil. I can't even think of the word, but turmoil. There we go. Yes, I got it out. And for me, that's what like stood out and made Rugrats so special, that it wasn't just about these babies. It was about the babies and their environment and their parents. And they touched on like real topics. Like they tried to turn Rugrats into high schoolers or like tweens, and they totally left out the parents. And it was just them going to school
or whatever.
Yeah, and that did not do well. So to backtrack and do this, nay, ew, gross. No, thank you. Don't want any of that.
I don't know if you've seen what this looks like, but here we go. It's CG versions of all the characters.
I feel like that's like very cheap. Like very like, you are so lazy that all you're gonna do is change the design and like regurgitate it. Like you're literally a dog throwing up its food and then fucking eating it.
Yeah. But you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. They're also looking at the fact that like, okay, we've made millions of dollars on this, so we're gonna take advantage of it because we already have this property.
I get it, but there's like so many creators out there that I honestly feel can keep it in that creative realm, you know, can add more stories and more lore to all these characters. Like they don't have to go the cheap and lazy route just to squeeze a buck, because
but the thing is,
when does that ever like really work?
They're spending a pretty penny on it because, of course, you know, all this animation costs a lot of money to make. So they'd rather
make it look dazzling. Again, it's like dressing up a bimbo. You know, it's pretty to look at, and in the moment it talks, you're like,
why?
What?
Yeah. But am I gonna watch it? Am I personally gonna watch it? I don't think I am. But
it's just really, honestly, to me, it's sad. It's very sad because, like you said, they're spending a lot of money on the visuals when, honestly, since, you know, they want to keep it, you know, going because it does bring in so much money, you're not putting your money where it's supposed to go. You're supposed to put it towards the writers, you know, and then from the writers turn around and start working on the visual, because that's what brought people in the first place. That's what made them so lifelong, you know, cartoons that even my niece has seen all the Rugrats episodes. That's why it lasts for decades, because of the writing, not because of how it looks. You know, looks fade. It's very, very vain.
So what's gonna happen with this is that they're working on a 26 episode CG animated series, which is already on order, as well as a CG animated / live action hybrid film. So they're gonna have both of them.
The fuck is a / hybrid film? The babies are gonna be cartoons and the parents are gonna be humans? Like, I get that for SpongeBob.
That's
what does that mean?
The exact same premise. I don't know exactly what that means. If they're gonna do the parents being actual humans, or
I'm telling you, everyone in that studio, they're all related to Simple Jack. I really don't get their logic or their sales point. Like, seriously, if I wanted to make money, I'd be like, okay, we got to make sure that this shit lasts forever, and the grandchildren, the great grandchildren watch this. Give me a story that's worth watching 500 times, even after you've seen it.
Yeah, so
like, I remember when they did that to Pooh Bear, when they made Pooh Bear like 3D. That season didn't even last that long. Why? Because the stories weren't in it. Like, it was just bland.
So this was supposed to be out next year in May, But they pushed it back, of course, for an actual undisclosed date in 2021. So they have plenty of time to figure their shit out and be like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go the classic route. Yeah. So, am I excited for that one? Not really. Not really. So that's a few things that I'm not super excited for on today's list of shit.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Steve. I was so happy when we're on the same page of dislike.
So not super optimistic Steve in this episode.
My favorite kind of Steve.
Yeah. The next thing that I'm actually, this one I'm very excited for, and I'm being a huge fan of Battlestar Galactica and being a huge fan of this person I'm talking about. Kind of makes me excited for this. Of course, we know that Battlestar Galactica is going to be a series for for the NBC universe or the NBC Universal Peacock or whatever the fuck they're calling it. But we got news that Simon Kinberg, the producer of the newer X-Men movies, is going to be backing a Battlestar Galactica movie. So that is very interesting because, of course, Battlestar Galactica has like a huge following, a huge background, and it's also like something that has a very, very detailed story that, being that they're going to be not necessarily redoing, but adding to the lore in the next series that they're going to be working on. It's very fucking exciting to see that they're bringing a brand new face to this whole series and making a whole pretty much its standalone movie, kind of like the Battlestar Galactica series that we had that came out on Sci-Fi a few years ago. That the first few episodes were pretty much technically a whole movie, and it made sense. So seeing that Simon Kinberg, who, like I said, did a bunch of the X-Men movies, is behind this, is pretty exciting to me. Like I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this because, of course, like I said, I am a huge fan of it, and I want to see where it goes. Cause yeah, Battlestar Galactica, dude, I fucking love it. And then I guess the last thing that we have on the list for this week is something that I am super fucking excited for, and that is a show that I've not necessarily gonna say I grew up watching it because I was a little bit older, but the show that I watched a ton of, and I still do because it is all on Hulu, is the Animaniacs. The Animaniacs are coming out with a new show, a reboot of sorts, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I am a fan of the Animaniacs, and I'm glad that that Hulu's bringing it all back, doing a bit of a reboot in a way, and it looks fucking fun. I guess I'm gonna play it on here because, of course, you know, everybody else is all over the place. So I figured, why not? I'll play it.
I haven't seen it yet. I honestly haven't seen it yet. I've been avoiding it because I'm kind of like on the fence. I'm scared because Animaniacs used to be so wild.
Here's your check for the Animaniacs reboot, you sellouts.
So yeah, it looks fucking cool.
You should see our new contracts. All right, guys, there's a lot of pressure on our first lines. Wait, don't. Make sure it's good first. Maybe something reminiscent of the first season?
22 years later, and I'm still a knockout.
I've tried online dating, but I keep getting catfished.
I love how they're dealing with the online dating, thinking in the brain.
This tablet contains the sum of all human knowledge.
All human knowledge in one easy-to-swallow tablet?
Yeah, it looks good.
Quantum mechanics.
It looks hilarious.
Queen Bey, we've missed so much. Oh, sounds like an odyssey. wait.
Just where I left it. Yakko, turn on the black light. Nothing unusual there.
Gee, Brian, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
We found party!
I am the Pegasus. I come bearing horrible tidings of war from the...
Yeah. Less talky, more flappy.
We're animated, totally insane.
Never mansplaining.
Animated.
Now the adoration pours in.
Oh, okay. Okay, that
Yeah, it
was
was good.
great. That was really good.
great.
I'm glad I waited to like watch it on here. That was fabulous.
I'm super fucking
excited now.
excited for November 20th now.
Something to look forward to
Absolutely.
because we're still going to be quarantined in our homes over here.
Yeah,
That
pretty
is
much.
my theory.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a pretty good theory. Yeah, this shit looks fucking good, man. Like we got, I think the majority of the original cast is gonna be doing all the voices again, and I think it's about a good 15 episodes or something. I think I read, but it looks fucking good. I'm excited for it. Like I said,
Yeah, and from the clips alone, it looks like they're going to be like pushing some, some
like
buttons.
they did before, like they did
Like
before.
which was my biggest worry, because everything is PC, and Animaniacs was fucking insane,
Yeah.
just like Looney Tunes.
Mhm.
No, Looney Tunes. I was gonna say Tiny Toons. No,
Yeah.
wait,
Well, Tiny Toon Adventures was pretty much the same thing too.
right, with Babs and
Uh-huh.
Buster.
Babs and Buster,
Yeah. They were kind of like out there with like
Mhm.
their messages and stuff. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
that's great. That it looks like it's gonna have the same in your face
same
kind of
flavor.
humor. I love it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Like, it's crazy that like us grown folks are super excited for a cartoon, a reboot of a cartoon that came out in the fucking like in the 90s and shit.
You know why? Because the writing was good and the characters were rememberable.
Yeah, and it's actually still backed by Steven Spielberg, and very fucking cool. It's very fucking cool. I'm very excited to see the Animaniacs come back, and yeah. So I guess that fucking wraps it up for this week. Unless you guys have anything else for the week. Okay. Yeah. So make sure you go to InnerCityGeeks.net where we have a whole bunch of shit sometimes. Of course, we have this show. We also have 2 bonus rounds. If you guys haven't checked those out, go do that. Go check out the bonus round for our horror movies that were made on the years that we were made or born, whatever.
You know exactly the day and year that your parents can consensually conceived you. Like,
Well,
I don't.
you never know. Like, yeah, you just count backwards, right?
Right, but like,
January.
does anyone
New
know?
Year's.
Do they have their parents told them the day that they were like, "Yep, that sex moment, I'm pregnant." Like, oh yeah, I know, I'm gonna have a baby. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, I think
Did
that
that?
was.
Like, they had sex, and she was like, "Oh my god, I think I'm pregnant." So like, that's what I meant when I said.
I got you.
That's what I meant when I said
I
that.
got you. Yeah, we have that episode, which it was a really fun episode to talk about the movies because there were a lot of really good ones. It was a really good list for all 3 of us. Alex, Renee, and myself did a really good job with that list. There's also the bonus round that I did with the bearded villains over the weekend or this past weekend. So you can check that out. That was a really fun episode. It's about a good 45 minutes worth of me talking with a bunch of random dudes. Not necessarily random, but for dudes that are within, the bearded villains and the whole society, the whole brotherhood. But check that out. Then we also have It's Poppin', Comics of Water, Manga Time, Anime World, Good Games, First Watch, Turntable, the InnerCityGeeks webcomic. So much fucking shit on the website. Go check it out. Bright2J Presents. Got everything on there. So make sure you go check out InnerCityGeeks.net. Because we got, like I said, we got a whole bunch of shit up there. Also, while you're there, scroll down to the bottom of the page and you will find links to a whole bunch of cool fucking places. You click one of them and it'll take you to Amazon, and you can get your first month free of Amazon Prime, or you can get some random shit on Amazon, and that'll give us a little bit of credit, so go do that. We also have links to So Sick Clothing Company, which is a cool company that sells like some really cool ass shirts and hats and hoodies and everything with pretty cool designs made by geeks for geeks. So go check that out, and I'll check out. Type in InnerCityGeeks for 15% off. Then we have links to CBDMD, where you get some pretty cool CBD shit for fairly reasonable prices. So go check that out. And then we also have a link to Beard Octane, place that you get some pretty good ass beard products. You got the beard balms, beard oils, beard butters, the little utensils that you need to cut your beard or trim your beard. You can do all that shit there. And then you type in ICG10 at checkout for 10% off of your entire purchase. Yes, so go check out all those places, and thank you those that actually check them out, because it helps it out. It helps out the show just a little bit. Also, you can listen to the show on SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, on Google Podcast, and on motherfucking Spotify. Yay.
Yeah.
And you can find us on the socials. Check us out on the Facey Space on facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks, on the Instagram InnerCityGeeks, on Twitter at InnerCityGeeks. And where can we find you guys? Renee, can we find you, sir?
You find me at DarthBX on Instagram and Twitter. DARTHBX. Yeah.
Sweet. Franny, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Franny the Fangirl, and you can also find me on Instagram at Franny_the Fangirl.
Sweet. Alex, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter at Deny DINYED, and on Instagram at Deny DIN_Y_ED.
Nice. And you guys can find me on the Instagram and the Twitter at Mr. Jackal. Also, I guess I wanted to say this now. Starting soon, I will be having another podcast coming out. Not necessarily going to be part of InnerCityGeeks, but it's a whole, now that I actually got to speak with a whole bunch of dudes from the bearded community, I'm going to be working on another podcast all about beards. So that is going to be coming out very soon. So check that out, and I'll keep you posted if you follow me on the socials and shit. So go do that. And yeah, so say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Until next time, folks.
Yes. And yeah, it's been a fun episode. I miss hanging with you guys, and it's been fun. It's been a real fun one.
Oh, you.
Oh yeah, I do, I do, I do. Um, and like I always leave the episode. Always leave the episode with some musics. And this episode, like no other, bringing the heavy in the last chunk of it. Um, Going with a band that actually like I'd never really heard of until today, pretty much. Heard them on Spotify. It's called the band is called Raging Speedhorn. They're a British metal band that have a little bit of a little bit of the heavy metal, and they also have a little bit of sludge in the mix in between, and they're really fucking good. Like I after listening to them for a little bit, I was like, yeah, I can dig this. They sound really good. They're really fun. Uh, so so the song that I'm going to be playing is pretty much the title track for their new album that came out today. It's called Hard to Kill. Yeah, so check it out. And don't be a dick. But always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth.
Shots.